Hey, what's up everybody? The September leaks are here, and in this video, I'm going to go over everything you need to know for the month of September. I'm going to go over all of the events as well as all of the Tsums that's going to be available. So let's get into it and take a look at the two events. So this month, we're going to have Mix Tsum Tsum lunch boxes, and there's going to be a total of 3 different parts, and it seems like we're going to have a lot of cards. It seems like we're going to have a total of 12 cards and they're going to be split up into 3 different parts. This should be interesting. I assume the developers is purposely breaking this up into 3 different parts because they don't want us to finish the entire game relatively quickly, so they do want us to pace ourselves. At the end of the month, we're also going to get the sticker book event, but this sticker book event is only going to be available, or you could only participate if you have one of the new Tsums for the month of September, which I'll get into a little bit later. This sticker book is going to have a total of 4 different cards. They will be really easy and then they get harder every single time you complete them. We're going to get different prizes in them, so ideally you want to get at least 1 copy of the new Tsums for the month of September, so that way you can participate in the September sticker book event. Alright, so let's get into the new Tsums. For this month, we're going to get a total of 4 new Tsums, and they're all going to be part of the Disney Twisted Wonderland series. And this will be our 3rd set of the Disney Twisted Wonderland series, so if you missed the first 2 sets, this is going to be your opportunity to try to get one of them from this series. So for the month of September, we're going to get 2 new Tsums first, and then in the middle of the month, the second premium box, we're going to get the other 2. And then finally, at the end of the month, you'll get one last opportunity to try to get one of these new Tsums if you weren't able to do so in the first 2 lucky times. But before I go any further, if you guys are enjoying this type of content where I review Tsums, do monthly leaks, go over the selection boxes, and pick up capsule, please consider subscribing to this channel. Your subscription really helps me out a lot. And also, I have a Discord server as well, and if you like information before anybody else, then consider scanning this QR code on the screen and join our Discord server. On our Discord server, we will give the latest information as soon as we get them. And if you can't scan this QR code, that's okay. We're also going to have links in the video description down below as well, and you can click on those links to join the Discord server as well as the line group that's available. Alright, so let's take a look at the new Tsums for the month of September. First, we have Jade Leech, and his ability description is Jade Tsums appear that clear surrounding Tsums for big points when connected. So his ability essentially is going to be able to burst surrounding Tsums, and he's going to be assumed that you could get a really high score. So I suspect that you're going to need to get Jade Leech to level 50 before he becomes effective for points. And then next we have Floyd Leech, who is the twin brother of Jade Leech, and his ability description is clears vertical lines as well as the bottom of the screen. So his ability is likely going to come in 2 different animations. So we're going to get a vertical clear, and then it's also going to clear the bottom of the screen. I suspect that his animation is not going to pause during the ability time, which means that you're going to be able to use the overcharge effect. So we're going to be able to see how they perform once they get released. Based on this description alone, I suspect that Floyd Leech is going to be better than Jade Leech for coins, but once they get released, I will confirm this and share with you guys what the earnings are. And then in the middle of the month, we're going to get our other 2 new Tsums. The first one is going to be Deuce Spade, and his ability description is clear Tsums in a zigzag. So it's pretty straightforward. This is probably going to be a Tsum where you want to make sure that the screen is full of Tsums before activating. And I assume that once you level up his skill, it's going to clear more Tsums in the zigzag. And then the next Tsum, we have Ace Trappola, and his ability description is special magic bubble appears. So this is going to be an interesting one. I do wonder if his ability is going to be a good bubble maker. So if you don't have a good bubble maker, Ace Trappola is a good option. I do wonder if he's going to be better than Ariel. My initial inkling is going to be no. Just because Ariel is so good at bubble making, I don't think another Tsum is going to surpass her. But we'll have to wait and see. These Tsums will come out in the middle of the month, so once they do come out, I will share the results with you. Moving on to the selection boxes and pickup capsules, we'll start with the first selection box, and this is going to be one of the best boxes in the month of September. In this box, we're going to have our pair Tsum, which is Cinderella and Bluebird. Then we have Donkey Pinocchio, Stylish Cruella, General Mickey, the powerful King Triton, Silvermist, Officer Judy, Cruz Ramirez, Remy, Patch, Maximus, and Aladdin. So these are going to be our 12 Tsums that's going to be available in the first selection box. Now, if you're looking for a really good coin earner in this selection box, you're likely going to want Cinderella and Bluebird. This is going to be our pair Tsum that is going to be really good for coins, and it's a really fun Tsum to use. It does take a little bit of strategy to get down, but once you get this pattern and strategy down, Cinderella and Bluebird could be a really effective coin earner. And if you don't have a Tsum that gets you a relatively high score, Cinderella and Bluebird can actually be that Tsum as well. So not only is Cinderella and Bluebird good for score, but it's also good for coins. So this is a really good pairing to get if you don't have a good Tsum. The other Tsums in this selection box isn't necessarily that amazing, but there are two that really stands out to me is Patch and Aladdin. Patch is one of those Tsums that's really good for combo missions. Patch used to be my go-to for missions or combo missions because his ability is really effective for getting a high combo, but there's been other Tsums that's come out since then that is a good combo maker as well. So if you don't have a good combo Tsum, then Patch is a good option. Patch is also not a limited Tsum, so you could technically get copies of Patch in the premium boxes as well. And then the next one is Aladdin. Aladdin is really good for long chain missions. So if you need a Tsum for those long chain missions, then Aladdin is a good option. It's just unfortunately Patch and Aladdin aren't going to be great coin earners, so you'll be getting them because they're just good for missions. But other good coin earners will be the powerful King Triton, Donkey Ear Pinocchio, and General Mickey. Other ones are not going to be that great in this selection box, so if you already have the Tsums I just mentioned, then you might want to actually just skip this selection box. And as for the second selection box, they might as well make this the Twisted Wonderland selection box because there is going to be Tsums in here that you might want to get that you missed out on the other Twisted Wonderland series. In this selection box, we have Riddle Rosehearts, Azul Ashengrotto, Leona Kingscholar, Princess Rapunzel, Little Nick, Rosetta, Jack, Tramp, Flick, Timothy, Mulan, and Rex. So these are going to be our 12. Now this selection box actually has a couple of Tsums in here that are really good for missions. So if you're looking for a combo mission, then Leona Kingscholar is a good option. If you are looking for a good bubble mission Tsum, then you have two options. You could either go for Timothy or you could go for Riddle Rosehearts. Both of these Tsums are good bubble makers, so if you need a bubble maker, these two are good options. And then for the long chain mission Tsum, then you're going to want to get Flick from this selection box. Flick is going to be the best long chain mission Tsum in this selection box. As for coin earnings, you're going to want Leona Kingscholar, Azul Ashengrotto. Those are going to be the two you really want to aim for good coin earnings. Now if you're wondering which selection box you want to invest in, that's really going to be up to you. If you are looking to collect the Winter Wonderland series Tsums, then you definitely want to save your coins for the second selection box. But if you want really good coin earning Tsums, then you want to go for the first selection box because you have Cinderella and Bluebird in that first selection box. And as for our pickup capsule, the first one is going to have 2 copies of Brave Goofy, 2 copies of Happy Mike, 2 copies of Top Hat Genie, 3 copies of Jose Carioca, 3 copies of Romance Belle, and 3 copies of Rafiki. So these are going to be our Tsums in the first pickup capsule. And really for this pickup capsule, nothing really stands out. And just like any other pickup capsule, you're really trying to get the last prize, which is that skill ticket. These skill tickets are extremely rare. You can't even buy them with real currency. So if you have 450,000 coins saved up, then you should definitely try to get the last prize, which is that skill ticket. And you can use that skill ticket on any Tsum that you want. So if you're newer to the game and don't know what these skill tickets do, essentially you can apply them to any of the Tsums as you want. And to get that last prize, you will need to completely clear the entire pickup capsule, meaning getting all 15 of the Tsums that's available. Now, unfortunately, none of these Tsums are really going to be good for missions and not great for coins either. The best coin earner in this bunch is going to be Happy Mike, who falls into top 100, but not really great for score. Any of these Tsums are not great for score and not great for coins. So unless you have 450,000 coins saved up where you could get that last prize, I would actually recommend you to skip this pickup capsule. And as for the second pickup capsule, it doesn't get any better. It actually gets worse in terms of performance. But there is actually a good combo mission Tsum in here. So let's go over the 6 first. You have 2 copies of Ian, 3 copies of Goodnight Pooh, 1 copy of Sunday Mini, 3 copies of Spring Miss Bunny, 3 copies of Hero, and 3 copies of Kristoff. Kristoff is not a limited Tsum, so he's going to be available in the premium boxes if you want to get him maxed out. Now it's interesting because we have 1 copy of Sunday Mini in here, which is a really difficult Tsum to get. It's one of those specialty Tsums, so if you're missing her, now is a good time to try to get at least 1 copy of her. And also, she maxes out at skill level 3, I believe, so you only need to get a total of 4 copies of her to get to skill level 3. And then if you are looking for a Tsum that's really good for missions, there is one in here, and that's going to be Goodnight Poo. Goodnight Poo is going to be good for combo missions, so if you need a good combo Tsum, Goodnight Poo is a good option for that. But in terms of coin earnings, there's actually no one in here that I would recommend. If you are looking for a bubble maker, Spring Spidey might be a good option, but other than that, this pickup capsule is one that you want to skip. Alright, so now here's a quick snapshot of all of the Tsums that's going to be available for the month of September. And overall, my feeling for September is actually a little bit disappointing. There's really nothing in here that's super exciting. I think the best one's going to be Cinderella and Bluebird. And then I know that there's a lot of people who really enjoy the Twisted Wonderland series, so that's going to be amazing for those players. But in terms of performance, nothing in here really screams out at me that you need to get right away. And there aren't really that many good coin earners in this month either. So if you need to save up some coins for the month, this is going to be the month to do so. So maybe try to just save up your coins and hope for something amazing for October. Now October is likely going to be our Halloween month, and I'm really hoping that they bring back all of the Halloween theme Tsums that's available. I'm really hoping that they're going to bring back Kingdom Hearts Sora, or the Halloween version of him. That's a Tsum that's really fun to have. So I'm crossing my fingers some of the Kingdom Hearts Tsums will come back, but we'll have to wait and see. So if you don't have a lot of coins saved up, this might be the month you want to save up your coins. So that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys found this video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you'd like to see more Tsum Tsum content just like this, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching.